Hey everyone, Fred here and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Etobicoke's market performance for the month of April. And all I gotta say is, wow, what a comeback. Stick around and I'll tell you all about it. If you're new to this channel, each month we take a deep dive into the latest stats in the Etobicoke real estate market. We examine some of the most sought after neighborhoods in South Etobicoke, with a special emphasis in the areas in which I'm currently active in, including the Kingsway, Princess-Rosethorn, Edenbridge, Mimico, Islington-City Centre West, and Stonegate-Queensway. So if you recall, Etobicoke's performance last month wasn't so great. In fact, while the city of Toronto overall was performing well, Etobicoke lagged very behind. The majority of month-over-month figures, along with year-over-year figures, trended downwards, which gave us a bit of a scare. Oh, and if you want to watch last month's update as a quick refresher, or if you're just into getting scared, I'll link the video above. Now, here we are in April, and boy, it's a very different story. Well, at least it is for the majority of communities we look at. But overall, we're seeing a fantastic comeback.
Don't call it a comeback!
Etobicoke is doing just fine. So without further ado, let's dive right into the numbers by analyzing the stats for detached homes in these areas. We'll start off with the Kingsway, which only had 2 sales in the month of April, with an average price of $2,194,250. This is up 4.7% from March. This month-over-month upward trend is a great sign, and it's a consistent theme. Well, for the most part. When we look at year-over-year, well, that's a different story. The average price is down 25.2% when compared to April of last year. But remember, the stats for the first half of 2022 were inflated. In fact, most markets, including Toronto, hit an all-time high in April of last year. This is a reason why we also compare the stats to 2021. So when compared to April 2021, the average price for the Kingsway was down only 6.8%. Now let's look at Princess-Rosethorn, which saw 6 sales with an average price of $1,957,333. This is up a whopping 26.8% compared to last month, and slightly down 9% year over year, which isn't all that bad considering the inflated prices of last April. But when compared to 2021, the average price is up 10%. Now let's look at Edenbridge, also known as Humber Valley Village. It saw a total of 8 sales in the month of April, with an average price of $1,911,000. This is up 16.2% month over month, but down 13.6% year over year. But more concerning is that Edenbridge took a huge hit when compared to 2021, with a decrease of 20.6%. Now let's look at Mimico, where we saw 6 detached home sales with an average price of $1,669,271. resulting in a 14.5% increase from March and a mere 0.1% decrease year over year. But here's the kicker. Mimico saw an increase of 31.4% compared to 2021. That's incredible. Hey, wasn't that a TV show? Nah.
That's incredible!
Before we move on, I got a quick question. Are you enjoying this video? Are you finding it informative? If so, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. By doing so, you'll help get my content out to people just like you who want to learn more about real estate. It only takes a few seconds, and it'll mean the world to me. Moving on, Islington-City Centre West recorded 18 detached home sales with an average price of $1,980,528, up 16.7% month over month and down 15.6% year over year. But when compared to 2021, the average price is up 11.2%. And finally, we'll look at Stonegate-Queensway, which includes Sunny Lee. This is where things get a bit disappointing as we see negative figures across the board for this neighborhood. It recorded 17 sales in April with an average price of $1,626,928, down 12.1% month over month and down 7.9% from 2022. It's also down 16.1% when compared to 2021. Now let's look at how condominiums performed last month. And as usual, we'll focus on the 2 areas in Etobicoke that have the most condo activity, Islington-City Centre West and Mimico, which includes the stunning lakefront neighborhood of Humber Bay Shores. Islington-City Centre West recorded 50 condo sales in April, with an average price of $623,654. This is slightly down 0.3% from March and down 12.2% when compared to last year, and down a mere 0.4% from 2021. Mimico recorded 51 sales with an average price of $799,914. up 5.6% from March and down 1.3% year over year. Yet when compared to 2021, it's up an impressive 7.9%. As you can see, Etobicoke rebounded quite nicely in April, compared to its lackluster performance back in March, so we can all breathe a sigh of relief. Well, that's if you're a seller or a property owner, of course. Because for those looking to purchase a property, the situation isn't all that great. For starters, there's a shortage of listings in the market, which means that there's limited options for buyers to choose from. Also, this shortage is driving up prices, and there's no indication that this trend will end anytime soon. Mix this all together and you have a recipe for multiple offer scenarios, like a lot of them. Typically, under these conditions, multiple bids become more frequent and more fierce, like what we saw in the early part of 2022. Buyers are waiting for the right home and the right opportunity, and once a desirable home finally comes to market, there will be a lot of attention on it, along with a number of buyers wanting that house. This obviously results in multiple offers, so we'll see how this all plays out in the next few months. So there you have it, Etobicoke's market update for April. If you have any questions, or if you want to learn more about any one of these fantastic communities, please feel free to reach out in the comments below, or you can visit my website at fredrenna.com. I'm always here to help. And if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.